Second down at 5, fake to Robinson. And now it's Robinson who makes the catch out of the backfield. Picks up a Falcons first down and more. Still going inside the 10. Touchdown! Mayfield on first down. Throws. End zone. Caught. Touchdown! Abuka with his second of the game.
A couple plays ago, he's on a knee on the sideline right now. Here they bring it. They go to the end zone.
Wow.
Was that caught?
That's caught.
Hold on, we need to have a second look at that. Crazy.
I had to get barely out.
Look at this.
Let's see. One in for sure, two.
However I can, because I'm going for the win. He swinged out into the end zone, wasn't open. Purdy keeping it alive. Brock Purdy lofts one. It is Tonjes. Touchdown, San Francisco.
When we're winning games, we're going to have that.
30 seconds to go here in the first. Fields, great protection. Deep ball on the way. Rainbow is caught. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
In the evolution over his now 8 seasons as the Ravens quarterback. Toss, Henry. Through the secondary. Henry to the end zone. Touchdown. He is having an opening night. Lamar laying it up for Hopkins. One hand. The veteran still got it. DeAndre Hopkins touchdown. Oh, wow. Gain of 19, probably ran about 60 on that play. And here goes Henry. Quiet in the second half. Not anymore. Henry, another touchdown. He only had 6 yards in the second half after the huge first half. Got it spread out. Only 2 Ravens pursuing, and Allen throws deflected and caught by Coleman on the tip.
Play clock is at 1. They just got it away on 3rd and long. Watch out. Picked off. There's Wright down the sideline. Gets a block. And now a touchdown. 3rd and 6. Rattler, pressure coming, floats it down the sideline, one-on-one for Johnson. Makes the adjustment, it's a touchdown.
Herringer gets it away. Another good boot, driving Washington back to his 27-yard line. He bobbles it for a second, still going as he spins forward, trying to get to the outside. Washington gets by the punter, down the sideline. Malik Washington to the house. Touchdown, Miami. Patterson to Gibson, who gets a running start on that catch. Gibson across the 30. Antonio Gibson still going. Can he return the favor? Down the sideline. You gotta be kidding me! Back to back! A 90-yard touchdown!
Like watching the way Noah Sewell plays that position. We're down at 8. Goff going deep. Williams, touchdown!
From the 29, a first down throw. Look at end zone. There's Malik Neighbors. There's a touchdown for New York. 29 yards. Wilson to Neighbors for the Giants' first touchdown of the year. Wilson going end zone. Robinson. Perfect throw. Touchdown, New York. From the Dallas 48. Wilson protected. Heaving one. Wants Neighbors. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants. He dropped it in the bucket from 48.
Coach Logan Ryan at Rutgers. They go way back. Browning, paid ball. One hand. Are you serious? Mitchell Tinsley.
Fourth down, a little more than 2. Fannon's off to the right. Flacco out of the gun, looking to throw. Throws to the right. It's up for grabs, and it's caught. It was deflected. It was deflected by Humphrey and caught for a touchdown by Cedric Tillman. 3 straight times on the defensive end. Flacco drops back to pass. Pockets collapsing. He's sacked and he lost the football. It's picked up by Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith could go the whole way. He is going to go the whole way.
Certainly nothing of concern for him. He took some snaps and went back out there, but expect him to ice it throughout this game.
Thank you, Trace. Look at that move by Cook. Oh, it's still going. James Cook to the end zone for a touchdown and a brilliant run.
The first and 20. 5-man pressure this time, but it's picked up. Mahomes loaded up, going deep. Has Thornton again. This time he's got it. Touchdown.
Nakua shifting. They'll give it to him, and he's got it, and then some. Nakua is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams. 49 seconds to play. Second quarter. Ward looking. Looping out of trouble. Trying to set up receivers. He's going to throw against his body to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Spectacular.
Woody Marks, a rookie running back from USC, now in the backfield next to Stroud. On first down, end zone shot. Collins, he's got it. Touchdown, Texans, what a catch.
Well, he keeps mentioning the future gold jacket. And he talks about Mac almost with awe. Herbert launches downfield. It's Johnson in stride. Touchdown, Chargers.
Chris Moore in motion, straight ahead run. And tough yard, still on his feet. Jeremy McNichols. I don't think they're going to get him. And he is in for the Washington touchdown. Colts a punt, his 5th punt this game. And Lane is going to go back inside the 10. Here comes a flag dropped right away. And Jalen Lane gets past Cole, the punter. He's going to go all the way.
Offensively, all 3 phases, this is one of those whitewash type games.
Going deep, Turner, Tucker, that's Trey Tucker, in for the touchdown. They bring Ridley in motion. And Ward looking to throw, has time, throws it out of the backfield, it's intercepted. Kenny Moore is going to go to the house. A pick 6 right out of the gates. 180. Second down and 4 to Taylor. Taylor explodes, makes a man miss to his right. Spin move, a beauty, inside the 30. High stepping at the 25, inside the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Jonathan Taylor, 46 yards.
They're not able to communicate across the board which guys are blitzing. Need about 15 yards to get it to field goal range for Nick Folk. Pass picked off. Taylor picked off. It's Jacob. Jamel Dean who takes it all the way back for a Bucs touchdown. McLaughlin has been perfect today. It's blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked. Scooped up and will be taken all the way for a Jets touchdown. Will McDonald returns it into the end zone. And we are tied at 26.
Fake the Corum. Stafford a deep drop. Looking long. Wants Devontae Adams. End zone. He's got it. The Rams hook up on another deep shot. Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time Jordan Davis. The big man looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
The play before you get a first down. Play action pass, sneak in draws and stuff on second down.
It's a 2nd and 9. And Browning scanning, throwing, picked off, intercepted by Isaiah Rodgers, and he's racing down the sideline, and he will not be caught going the distance. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go first half. It's been dominated by Minnesota, but Bengals can make things interesting. Plus, they get the third quarter kick. It's Fant. Lost the football. It's Rodgers again, off and running. Oh, my goodness. He runs it back for a second touchdown today.
Set up our offense at midfield and try to get ourselves a touchdown.
C.J. Stroud wide open. Collins. And it's a Sunday stroll in the park. A 50-yard strike.
Penix with time is intercepted.
That's completely on Penix. If you ultimately decide to snap the ball and go for it, which they do.
4th and 2. The fake to Dobbins. They got him downfield. Look at him. They got Sutton. That's 6. Touchdown, Denver. 2nd down and 6. Herbert to the air. Pipkins the block at the right tackle. Got away from Allen. Herbert alive in the throw. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Allen.
To hear the Bears, a little flip to Swift, trying to get a flea flicker. It's way up there. Williams recovers, throws a seed, has a man. It is caught for a touchdown. Luther Burden's first in the league. Looking to capitalize again where they haven't so far in this game. On the fake, Prescott rolling, floating. Pickens one-hander. Touchdown, Cowboys.
On both sides of the ball for both these teams as we take a look at Kelvin Shepherd.
Easy pickup. Forget first down. How about touchdown? There is a flag on the far side of the field.
It's what they're used to. It's the way they're built.
Now Montgomery, he's going to break. David Montgomery is in for the touchdown. Genty springs free. Turns on the Jets, one guy to beat. Bayard can't bring him down. And the rookie on a dead...
Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, all these legends. They're not loving that.
Yep. This is the 25-year anniversary as Hill starts to gallop. Can someone catch? Connor lost his footing. Look at Hill take off. And he takes it the distance.
ETN. Nice cut. Big run. ETN with a nice move. And he breaks free for the touchdown. 48-yard strike. 50-yard punt sends Parker Washington back. He's got a punt return touchdown in his career, and he's got an alley, and he might have his second. 96 yards last year against the Patriots. He's going to house this one, and the Jaguars get the score in special teams. 87 yards.
For 49 game-winning drives in his career. Trying to start one here, and he's got Atwell all alone. 2-2 Atwell. And it's 2-2 goodbye.
Oh! Get pressure, they blocked it. Sidney Brown's got it. He's going to return it for a touchdown. And here are the Bucs. They need something on offense. Just 2 field goals, including a 65-yarder today. Now it's Mayfield looking. Rolling. Going deep, has a man. Ibuka! He's got it! Touchdown, Tampa! From 77. 3-0 to this point, but in a big hole right here. Mayfield, 2nd down. Buying more time, looking, floating on far side. Oh, beauty of a pass, and he's going to go all the way. Bucky Irving, touchdown. They got a 77 and a 72-yarder.
Now it's sustaining it for the whole season.
Herbert on 1st and 10. He gets a block from Deculus. Downfield, caught 5, touchdown. Johnston works on Belton.
He had 5, and it didn't matter how good you are. Turnovers will come back to haunt you.
1st and 10. And the run here and the galloping move. And look at the run by the rookie Hampton. He'll take it in for the touchdown.
You get an opportunity to flip the field and maybe get yourself another scoring drive. So I think this is the right decision.
Sam Martin, the veteran, for the punt, and Marcus Jones, there was no fair catch at the 12, and he squeezes out of it. Marcus Jones down the sideline. Blockers in front, past the punter. Marcus Jones, and that's a punt return for a touchdown.
My mom ever saw me was when it was a screen pass and I got out in the open like that.
More ground, more pound, the cutback. Woody Marks, second touchdown of the game.
But he feels it'll come to him if the game moves on.
It's a quick pass to Shakir, trying to get him out in space. Breaks through the defense and stays on his feet. Shakir, what a play! Touchdown!
Fourth down. Mariota looking for it all. End zone. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel with the silencer.
But he comes here in his 21st season, first one with the Steelers. And coming off a 6-for-6 drive. He'll throw to begin this drive, and it's DK Metcalf. He's in the loose. There goes DK. A block from Austin. Inside the 5. Into the end zone. 80-yard touchdown. Rodgers to Metcalf.
Fields kind of one explosive run tonight. It was a 19-yard run in the first half. They just need one. He's going to try to get to the edge. The edge is taken away, and now Fields reverses field, and he's got plenty of room. Justin Fields sprinting, makes a cut, another cut, all the way to the end zone.
Holy smokes. Cheat code stuff right there. Maybe one-on-one again.
Crowding the line here. They do bring pressure. Fields launching to the end zone again. Jump ball. Garrett Wilson. Touchdown.
Former high school quarterback takes the snap. He'll throw. End zone touchdown. Brock Wright as Montgomery back home, airing it out like he did at Mount Healthy High School for 6. First down and 10. Surveying the situation, nobody open, in some trouble. Browning on the move, throwing for the end zone, looking for Chase. He pulls it in, touchdown! 3rd and 14. Browning with time, late pressure comes, open down the sideline, drops it in! Jamar Chase will walk in for his second touchdown of the day!
Clock running inside of 5 minutes. Ward goes through his progressions. Everyone covered, slings it back. It's deflected and picked. Taylor Demerson, and then the football came out. Who recovers? Tennessee for the touchdown.
So it was not the wrong decision, just a really good design by the Dallas defense.
Prescott loads up. Pickens, hand fighting into the end zone. Touchdown.
Tight end in at fullback.
Play action, Rattler to the air, looking deep down the field. Shaheed's got great speed. He's got him. Shaheed down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown. Dart in the shotgun, Scattaboo. And the ball came out. No whistle. Howden going the other way. Howden's going to go the distance, and we'll have to see if this one stands.
It's up at the top of the screen right there.
Play action. Tungo Bailoa has Waddle. He's open. Touchdown.
To establish some of that run identity. And it is a run to Nick Chubb. Chubb could go all the way and does. Touchdown, Texans.
Everything is you're being taught to cover everything inside. So those outbreaking routes are going to be open.
Gain of 20. This is Cam Akers. He throws wide open. Touchdown, Josh Oliver.
Myles Garrett, it's Browns defense to step up, make one of these game-changing plays.
Wentz, 2nd and 5. Addison, he's got it. Touchdown.
Hey, he looks over to the sideline for confirmation. 2nd and 4. Flinging it. Caught. On the run is Barkley. He's in for a touchdown.
On 2nd down,
Picked off. Lloyd again. Devin Lloyd. What a year. Still rolling. Down the sideline. One man to beat. Lloyd. Pick six. Tonight, it's 1st and goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
But his catches count, all of them for first downs.
Fake handoff to Stevenson. May feeling the pressure. Taking a shot. He's got his man. It's Pop Douglas, and he is in. Touchdown.
If you're going to have it, this is probably the best way to dial it up. 4th and 5.
Well, it looks like man-to-man coverage. You got Chase up top.
5-man rush. Flacco to the air and caught. Wow! Chase with the touchdown reception. Doubled and grabs a 19-yard strike.
And now he has a system, and it's in place, and they're all together. And when you win, solves a lot of stuff.
2nd and 11. Going for a big ball. Down the field. Got an open target. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Taz Johnson has his first NFL touchdown and a magnificent flip to go with it.
And now in the present day, 3-0. Tua and Herbert squaring off for the 4th time. And Tua hands off to Achane on 1st down with some room to run. There he goes! See you later! Touchdown, Miami!
So Walker's available there, Trayvon Walker, but just hasn't been very active as Darnold sets to throw. And floating one down the middle. And Smith-Njigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
Second and goal, Goff. Scanning, firing to the back. Laporta, what a catch! Touchdown! There was no space.
They just got it away, and it's Swift with a catch. And still going. DeAndre Swift veers into the end zone.
There's Penix, a 1st and 5. Robinson off the right side, breaks free. Bijan Robinson spinning down the sideline, still going. Can they catch him? They cannot. Touchdown, Falcons, 81 yards.
Rodgers avoids the sack. Deep downfield, caught at the 35-yard line, and going all the way to the end zone is Freiermuth. Pat Fryer.
Get it for the 4th time. Prescott, a lot of time, airs it out deep down the field. CeeDee Lamb breaks the tackle. No one home. Touchdown, Dallas. Play clock at 1. They get it off. Blitz is coming. Mariota in trouble. Being ripped away. Stays alive. Throws it in the front. And picked off. Guess who? Deron Bland. One man to beat. Pick 6.
Tracy the back. Good cup. Now here he goes. Winding up. Going. He's got him. Touchdown. Bellinger. Holy smokes, he was wide open. 44-yard touchdown strike.
And they're 5 of 11 on 3rd down. Coming into this, Denver's defense is #1 in the NFL on 3rd down defense.
Tracy, a big hole. Galloping. Touchdown. Touchdown, Giants. A burst of 31 yards. A stunning display. And the Giants have gone up now by a count of 19-0.
Play clock at 1. Ward taking a deep shot. DK is down there. DK, touchdown! His first NFL touchdown.
He has a last shot mentality. He wants to make sure they end this half with the ball.
May taking a deep shot down the field. Booty is down there. Touchdown! What a catch!
Eight back in coverage this time for Minnesota. Hurts pointing, throwing, trying to find a loose man. It's A.J. Brown. He's in. Touchdown Eagles on the opening drive. Motion Addison. Blitz coming. Wentz hit as he throws, picked off. Intercepted. There goes Jalix Hunt. House call Philadelphia. It is Brett Toth at center with Juergens dealing with an injury. Deep drop for Hurts, trying to find something downfield. And it's Devontae Smith. He's loose. He's got it. He is gone. Touchdown, Eagles.
Fitzpatrick has a right to be upset. And to me, that's the story of the Dolphins defense so far today is mistakes.
Judkins unleashed. Judkins touchdown. Both of these two teams, both at 1-5, as Miami begins with possession down 11 from their 30. That one is picked. Campbell, and he will waltz in for the pick six on the first play of the second half.
Stafford fakes it to Adams. Touchdown. Flag is down. And Stafford's going to throw for it. And he's got himself a receiver. And it is a touchdown. Terrence Ferguson.
All right, well, maybe this is it.
Oh, Blake Corum's behind Stafford, and he's throwing for it, and it's Adams. And we have history. Davante Adams' third touchdown reception of the day.
Glad I'm not a DB.
Right up the gut, there goes Gibbs. Foot race. Winfield can't get there. Touchdown, Lions.
Now they bring in Sean Tucker in the backfield. He's got a lot of speed, too.
2nd and 8. Tez Johnson, he's got plenty of speed. Gets a block, hops toward the end zone. Spinning touchdown.
Eagles go jumbo on 2nd and 10. Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley. Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye! Here's Hurts, blitz coming. Hurts sees it, loading up, going for a deep ball. It is caught! Jahan Dotson! Oh, touchdown Eagles!
May's longest run, 28 yards. He's throwing for the end zone, and back there, the catch is made.
Getting better and better, so it's really difficult for a defense to hone in on where he's going to be.
Flacco, a little bit of movement, puts an air under it. Deep down the field, Higgins wide open for the touchdown. And here we go, 2nd and 10 Bengals. P-Ryan busted one free. P-Ryan 10-5, touchdown. Where you think Isaiah Davis is playing himself into a bigger role in this Jets offense? He's been terrific for New York. Here's Brees Hall breaking one for the Jets. Hall, second effort, and he's in for the touchdown. It was the right shoulder that they're looking at as they took a closer look at him, and that just adds to the intrigue here down the stretch. Hall, boy, thought about it, now tosses to the end zone, he's got Taylor for the Jets touchdown.
Can you generate explosive runs, chunk runs, score from 30, 40 yards out? That's a different animal.
Here's Cook, good patient run, and he busts it through. Right on cue, off to the races. James Cook. House call, touchdown, somersault, he's in. Hoping that at some point maybe he could be deployed. Blitz coming, so Allen got rid of it to Shakir, and this is where Buffalo hurts you. In space, Shakir, cut back, touchdown, he's gone.
What I like is now the Saints offense relying on their guys, right? Alvin Kamara, get him the ball more.
2nd down and 1. Oh, wow! It's picked off and taken into the end zone.
Good job, Trace. Here's a 2nd and 10. They go with Harvey on the toss, and there goes Harvey. Harvey's got a first down. Harvey's looking for the end zone. Harvey takes it home. Knicks down the field, end zone bound. Oh, what a catch! That's Bryant, the rookie, with his first NFL touchdown.
It's the only thing I regret is not bringing a championship in the Super Bowl to Dallas.
Here's a 2nd and 10. As the ball's headed to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Tolbert.
Kevin Winston's on the spot, but Bortolini springs Tyler Warren.
Jones looking deep down the field, and it is caught by Pittman with a flag down, but what a grab by Pittman. Titans punt, and it's Colts ball at the 20. Here's Jonathan Taylor on first down. Big hole. JT in the open field. Down the sideline. Staying in bounds. Still going. Taylor. The distance. Play clock at 2. Mariota just lobs it up for McLaurin. Did he get him down?
Who was that?
4th down, Goff to throw, zips right in the middle. Laporta's got it inside the 10. Laporta still on his feet and dragging Vikings over the end zone. He is in. Touchdown.
A 4-game winning streak ended last week in Baltimore. How do these two teams pick up the pieces? Charlie Jones going to play it from just inside his end zone, and Jones has his seam. Jones, 30, 20, 10, touchdown!
More than 2 plays and get your field goal unit on the field if this ball is completed or the clock is running.
Williams slings it. Williams, Loveland bangs off his man. He's going to score. Home, Colston Loveland in a jaw-dropper. 58 yards on the catch and run from the rookie.
A 95-yard drive aided by a couple of defensive penalties against the Jets. And that's where we sit. Schmidt's kick. And it's just short of the end zone. Plus the 40, 50. One man to beat, and he's going to score. So 3 possessions, a couple of 3 and outs, sandwiching that 95-yard touchdown drive. Bojorquez's punt. There's a flag thrown here. Isaiah Williams has his seam.
Oh, no
Williams
way.
Inside Cleveland territory, and he's going to score.
So it's Tommy Townsend punting from his own end zone. Parker Washington backpedals. Townsend got all of it from the 28-yard line. Oh, what a move by Washington! Parker Washington! He's going the distance! Touchdown!
They got 2nd and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead. 83 yards, the longest run of his career.
Disciplinary issue that he reportedly missed a meeting on Friday, and the decision was made to not have him activated today. Allen on 3rd and 3.
Only a 3-man rush from the Bucs.
Allen buys time. He's going to toss it downfield. Open man. Caught by Shavers. Touchdown, Bills. That's old-fashioned Josh Allen football.
Probably 17-9. It's 13-9. Bills get the ball at the end of the half, and they get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Ray Davis to run the kickback. Spinning, still on his feet. Out past the 40. He's out in front. Nobody's going to chase him down. All the way for a touchdown. 98 yards. And plenty of Buffalo fans here tonight. You can hear them.
Now we hear him. Another trick play as Olszewski throws. It's caught. Olszewski with the pass into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Jameis Winston.
Second and goal, blitz coming. Gino gets rid of it, incomplete. Oh, wait a minute! Bowers caught it! You gotta be kidding me! It looked like Gino was throwing that one to the turf, and Bowers with one arm brings it in.
They're just watching. The ball never touches.
Mariota to the back. Oh, he caught it! Burks! Unbelievable touchdown! Insane stuff!
And they rally to the football there and just don't give up anything.
Number 8 defense in the league. Coming into week 13, Gillen hits it. And the return by Marcus Jones. He can fly. Still going. Still going. No flags. Touchdown, Patriots.
A little sympathy, a little empathy for Aditi.
She's not playing football.
Jake Bailey, the Pro Bowl punter. Isaiah Williams backpedaling, makes the first guy miss, covering a lot of real estate. Williams, he's got some electricity in those legs. Williams lead blockers. 10. And Williams is in for the touchdown. Boy, just when the Jets were looking for a spark, it's Williams. His second punt return touchdown of the season.
You know, it's their opportunity to come out here in the second half and start to eliminate the reasons why there's concern over this offense. But we're seeing a lot of the same things we've seen the last few weeks.
And here's Rashid Shaheed, big special teams play. Breaking free, and Shaheed all the way to the house, no flags. Both games are on ABC, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Barkley, first down, goodbye. Eagles on top, no flags.
Stroud well protected, and there's Nico Collins. And Nico Collins will glide into the end zone. An opening drive, Texan touchdown. How about that?
Now the very popular LaQuint Allen, 7th rounder, is in the backfield for the Jags. He's an excellent blocker out of Syracuse. Lawrence is in trouble, trying to get away. Flags come flying. Lawrence can run for a little bit. Lawrence can run for a score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
You two have that in common, Ryan.
You do, or?
Oh, you? Oh, I do. You walked in with no shirt today. That's true. Henderson! He's going the distance! And he's gone! It's all cooking for New England. 52 yards for the Rook.
Right now the Bengals showing 8 on the line of scrimmage. Little pre-snap look for Jackson. They come heavy. Okay. Jackson underneath. It's Ali. First down and a lot more. Ali in for the Ravens touchdown. Quick decision making by Jackson.
Congratulations. Jalen Lane from the 37. There is a flag across midfield. Lane still going. Inside the 20, the 10, into the end zone for a touchdown. But remember, there is a flag. So we'll check with the referee, Bill Vinovich.
Illegal downfield, number 46. Correction, number 6. Penalty decline. Result the play. Touchdown.
Want to get Terry McLaurin involved some more in this offense.
First down and 20.
Got him.
There's McLaurin. Inside the 10. Stays on his feet. Into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. 51 yards. Mariota to McLaurin.
Anybody who wants to say weak schedule, anybody who wants to say anything about him,
these are the types of drives that they can show everyone.
Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races.
Look at May.
Does he have another one in him?
May sprung him.
He does. Touchdown. Goodbye, Travion Henderson.
Drake May leading the way.
Burrow is not shy to throw it to anybody who is in one-on-one situation.
Burrow again kind of stumbles, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Van Noy. Then the handoff, it's Gilman. And Gilman is going to score as the Ravens look for the knockout punch. 95 yards.
To be able to throw the deep shots, the bombs to Brian Thomas Jr. is huge.
Well, they're going to throw it again. Etienne inside the 40, high stepping inside the 35, makes a man miss at the 33, along the sidelines, into the end zone. Stevens missed a tackle, but he wasn't alone. It's a 45-yard touchdown pass from Lawrence to Etienne.
Empty set for Ward. He's got time, got a man downfield. It's caught by Helm, who fumbled the ball momentarily, but seemingly held on and broke the plane for a touchdown.
Could be a screen right here. I might run something fast.
Love looking downfield, lofting to the end zone. It's Jacobs with the catch. Oh my goodness, what a grab by the running back with Greenlaw in coverage, and the Packers have found the end zone for the first time today.
Goff going for it all. Jameson Williams, he's got it! Touchdown, Lions!
Second and 21. This is a run or screen down.
They just got it off. Very loud crowd right now. Young launching near side. He drops it in for Coker. What a rainbow!
Oh my goodness. The DB was thinking the same thing I was.
I don't think that was pass interference.
Meanwhile, Jacobs, no one near him, taken off. Jacobs to the end zone for his longest touchdown run of the season.
Stafford now going to float one far corner. Brought in and caught for the touchdown. Colby Parkinson, what a catch.
He's the guy who deserves more playing time.
On third down, got it to DK Metcalf. And fighting his way for the touchdown. Pure strength. Another one to the end zone, and a jump ball that's caught by Waller for the touchdown.
Hand the ball off here. Walker. Kenneth Walker inside the 40. Kenneth Walker is out in front. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. Just trying to stretch the lead, and that is going to be hauled in by who else? Puka Nacua.
21 just because they won the Super Bowl, but that regular season wasn't fantastic. They caught fire at the right time.
Absolutely.
At the end of the year.
Yep. Had a hold off Tampa Bay and Brady, then beat San Francisco coming from behind in the championship game. Meanwhile, that punt is caught, and down the line goes Rashid Shaheed for the score.
3rd and 2. Bears rush 4. Willis floats one deep. He's got Dobbs. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. Williams, pressure, throwing, corner has a man. It is caught. Touchdown, Jazay Walker. Unbelievable.
Now the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all! It is caught! Bears win it! DJ Moore!
Cook, single setback, 2nd and 4, Buffalo. Handoff. Cook gets around 3 defenders and then kicks it to another gear. Cook still going, looking for the angle. Touchdown! Wow! Tremendous run! 44 yards. James Cook to the house.
When they're 3rd and 6 plus, that's where Herbert gets hit, gives up sacks, and it's really problematic for this offense.
So these 2nd down and 7 plays are big. Shot down the field, end zone. It is held on to by Johnston for the touchdown. The Texas native with a fabulous catch for the score.
Got an interim GM with Champ Kelly, with Stephen Ross, big decisions to make as the owner. This is Achane weaving his way. Achane, the speedster, takes it to the house. 48 yards. And Miami with the answer.
Second and short. Prescott takes a deep shot down the sideline. It is Pickens picking it for the touchdown.
1,700 tackles in his career, Lavonte David. And he'll have a few more before it's over. Young, he is trying to scramble out of it, and he cuts back. Flows, touchdown! Panthers, Jatavian Sanders. But Bryce Young made it all happen.
Jasper Jones, Justin Mater, they were making cookies with the kids this past week here in New Orleans. Shuck looking for it all to the end zone. Olave! Excuse me, that's Taysom Hill. What a day by Taysom Hill. 38 yards.
Takes out the opportunity to spread out the field.
3rd down, Brissett. He loads up to launch. Down the sideline, into coverage, and incomplete. Kobe Bryant on the coverage of Wilson. It was close. Wilson couldn't reel it in, but the rookie out of Kansas was stuck to him.
The question is, did the ball hit the ground before it bounces onto Michael Wilson's chest? I think this is a catch.
I think
that's a touchdown.
It looked like it rang around and just balled around his body.
Some of him, but a lot of the offensive line.
3rd down and 1. Gino is intercepted. It's Derek Stingley on the return. Stingley with a touchdown. The Texans defense strikes again.
A 1st and 10 near the 20. Lions go to the end zone and caught. What a catch! Tesla somehow held on to it.
Watch right here. You've got to get between him and the safety and go up the seam. And you'll see the timing of the throw has to be perfect. Oh, you got one-on-one outside linebacker on Gainwell.
Rodgers off his back foot, throws it down the way, and a flag's coming out on Anzalone. And look at Gainwell. Gainwell thinks he has the touchdown.
This is the football.
Jim, I'm pretty sure you said earlier, who's got the best hands on this team?
34.
Gainwell. Gainwell. And he showed it right here. It was from Mike Tomlin, who told us that meeting with him on Friday. Just look at this. He's going to get the flag anyway, and just got to his feet. Presence of mind. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And these guys are calling it in real speed, and they are right the majority of the time.
Handoff Harvey, and now a big run up the middle, breaking tackles, and R.J. Harvey on the move, down the sideline, Harvey diving for the pylon, touchdown Broncos.
Done a great job with helping him convert and make him a playmaker from the nickel spot.
3rd and 6. Genty down the field. He's open. He's got it at the 30. Genty, stiff arm, stays on his feet. Touchdown! What a play by the rookie! Ashton Genty, a 60-yard touchdown, and we're tied at 13.
2nd and 5. Toss to Warren. Found a little opening, and away he goes! Jaylen Warren with the touchdown.
And now you're getting the best pass rush that you've had all game long.
Genty again. Trying to bring it to the outside. He does. Ashton Genty still going. What a run! Genty, his 2nd touchdown today.
Huge play.
Warren already ripped off one long run. He's got another one. No one's going to get to him.
Stevenson gets a break. Dearness Johnson, 7th-year veteran, former Raven, in the lineup. May taking a deep shot. Downfield towards Williams. He brought it in. That's a touchdown. That is Kyle Williams. His 3rd of the year. Tremendous over-the-shoulder catch. Game on in Baltimore. The 21. Stevenson bouncing outside. Ramondre Stevenson with a block by Williams to the end zone. The Patriots take the lead. Touchdown, New England.
Looks like a free play. Rivers, end zone. He's got his man. Pierce, touchdown Colts. End zone. Robinson for the touchdown. Quick throw. Picked off the other way, D. Winters. And he is gone. This is a pick 6. And this game's going to belong to San Francisco.
Malik Davis, single setback, motion man. Prescott, protection holds up.
Ooh.
Bobbled and caught. Touchdown. Ferguson hauls it in. And the Cowboys strike first on Christmas. This is where Washington turns to Von Miller. 3rd down, looking for pressure. Dallas goes empty. Prescott, step, throw, flag down, and caught in stride.
Right on
Turpin, the speed. He's gone. Touchdown, Cowboys. Where do your eyes take you? What do you study when these games happen in front of you? Oh, you're studying that?
I think when I'm looking at the
Krosky Merritt.
That's a great sight to see. Krosky Merritt. Let's go.
Cue for the low touchdown.
Perfect timing.
Oh, they just needed Clint Portis to join us.
That's it.
That's all it was.
Shador Sanders, 50 starts in college. Tyler Shuck down in New Orleans, 42 starts in college. That certainly benefits guys.
Get tricky here. Jordan Addison turns on the speed. Look out. Addison. Can he get there? Forced toward the sideline. Touchdown.
Stroud trying to get it through the air. He goes deep for Higgins. Caught. Higgins. Touchdown, Texans, 75 yards. What a play, Kurt Warner, up top to start it. Nick Chubb now in the game. Fake to him. Stroud over the middle. And he's got another open receiver for a touchdown. It's Noel on Christmas. 43 yards. The Texans have come out on fire.
Tinsley in motion. The other side it goes to Chase. Steps through a tackle at the 10. Spins at the 5. Chase diving for the goal line. Touchdown Cincinnati. 13 hard-earned yards. Pick up 6 for the Bengals.
Trying to add to a field goal on their first series. Here's a 2nd and 8. This pass to Fannin. He caught it, and he rolls in untouched. Harold Fannin Jr.
Here is throws on 3rd and 8, and is caught, and will be taken all the way by Theo Weiss Jr., 63 yards. In his 2nd NFL game, it's his first touchdown.
They line up quickly. Spears is the running back. Play action. Ward. He's got a wide open Okonkwo. Chig Okonkwo inside the 20. Stays on his feet. Okonkwo. Wow! Touchdown! What a play! Penalty makes it 1st down and 20. Ward in trouble. Chase Young ripped it away. Young on the return. Young at the 10, 5, touchdown. What a play by Chase Young. He just stole it from Cam Ward and went the other way for 6.
Gotta wonder if they got a play action of some sort. Every time he's under center, it's been a run. There you go.
First pass from under center, and Mo Alley Cox makes the catch for the touchdown.
So you think about all the holes you need to fill. Certainly, you're going to have the opportunity to go out and get some talented players. Here we go.
Breece Hall taking it all the way for a Jets touchdown. A little more positivity for New York. A little lightning bolt from Breece.
Estime bounces off a bunch of tacklers, and there he goes! Estime! Touchdown! Another one for the highlight reel as Estime takes it in.
With the Raiders set to kick off in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. And Banks will take it at about the 5 for the Giants. Finds a gap, has some room, being chased. He's being chased by Carlson. He'll take it all the way. That is a touchdown. 95-yard kickoff return touchdown.
Season high 48 points Monday night against Indianapolis. Purdy to the air right away. They jumped around. It's picked off. The Bears have it. T.J. Edwards inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown Chicago on the opening play. So to the 35-yard line it goes. And a 1st down for the Bears. And Williams to the air one more time, sending it downfield to the end zone for Burden. He's got it. Touchdown Chicago. Luther Burden just told you about his ability. Behind the secondary, and Williams hits him. Theo Benedette, the extra offensive lineman, moved. Free play for Williams as the flag is down, so Caleb looking to launch. Does towards the end zone. Touchdown, Colston Loveland. So it was a free play. Williams taking advantage of it. And if the flag is on the Niners, we're an extra point from a tie game.
Offside. Defense number 93. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Had to go quick with the play clock running down. He did. It's a boot. Purdy pulling back, stepping forward, throwing on the run. Touchdown! What a play, Purdy! Juszczyk on the business end. You deserve to dance.
Has been locking down the right tackle spot for a number of years, but McClendon has been awfully good.
Throw is picked off. Intercepted by Bates. It was high for Mumfield. Bates. Pick 6.
The other part of that is Xavier Watts in this year's draft, and he's a promising player.
Here's Robinson, right side. Nice cutback. He's gone. Can anybody catch him?
Not tonight.
McCreary chasing. Won't get there. Touchdown, Atlanta. 93 yards. Gonzalez will try from 37. Blocked. And that was big Jared Verse. He's gone. He waved to the Falcons bench on his way for the touchdown. Rams are back in it, to say the least.
They sure are. That's exactly what they needed.
3rd down and 2. Charbonnet. He's got it and plenty more. Touchdown, Seattle.
They had success with this last time against the Colts, so they're going right back to it on the first 3rd down.
3rd down, Leonard. He's going to unleash a long one. Alec Pierce is there for the touchdown.
Cleo Burrow will be back, and some changes they'll make in the offseason.
1st and goal from the 7. Burrow, quick release, has it deflected. It's intercepted. And the Browns may have a chance for a pick 6. Bush, he's got a one man to beat. He's looking for Myles Garrett for some help. He got some help. And Devin Bush will score. 1st down off the play fake. Burrow dumps it off to his left. He's got his receiver. The ball's loose again. It's picked up by the Browns. Sam Webb is going to take it in.
Oh, they're going to throw it. Allen will float it. It's picked off. Intercepted by Antonio Johnson. And Antonio Johnson with a house call. 1st.
On 2nd down, Burrow to throw again. Lofts it to his left for Higgins. One-handed grab. Touchdown Seasons.
6'4" with ball skills. We talked about how good he is with his hands. Hold the defender off with his right. All you need is one. That's good every day and on.
3rd and 16. He wanted the screen and now flips it out to Bellinger. Daniel Bellinger on the run. How about this one? Touchdown Giants.
Shuck for the end zone. In the corner.
One-handed. That's a touchdown, Ronnie Bell. Amazing catch.
Amazing throw. How about those 2 throws?
5 seconds left. Snap it to Leonard. He's going to toss it underneath to Downs. He's going to chuck it behind him to Pittman. Throw it to Leonard. Trying to keep it alive. And the Texans have it. Trying to run with it for the score.
He didn't get it earlier. Togiai got his touchdown after all.
Togiai!
Wow! C.J. Stroud didn't give him the ball. He had to go get it himself.
A humongous human touchdown to end the regular season for Houston.
It's a 3rd and 5. And Lance from the pocket gets picked off. Off the deflection. And here we go with the run back inside the 20. McMillan is in for the touchdown. On 4th down. Stafford, end zone, Nacua, touchdown! What a catch!
Chase Blackburn, their special teams coordinator, onto their interim.
Ben Kawika to Bowden for Blackburn. Wilson wide open, touchdown!
Third and 4. Steelers bring 4. Highsmith is there. Jackson got away. Now reloads and throws to Flowers downfield. He's got it for a touchdown! They had Jackson. 2 Steelers. He escaped and finds Flowers, and the Ravens take the lead.
Still a shotgun.
3rd and 1. Fake to Henry Jackson. Shot downfield. Zay Flowers again. Zay Flowers inside the 20. He's going to go. There is a flag on the far side of the field. Let's see what that is. The Ravens react as though it is on Pittsburgh. Rodgers protected. Throws to Austin for the touchdown!